Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is June 1st. It's not Thursday, it's a Wednesday. We've got news one day early for whatever reason. Let's take a look at, well, no, I know why, because we've got this piece of news to go over before it's too late. Of course, the Spy Family collab is about to end. It ends on June 2nd, 11:59 a.m. Japan time, so by the time our normal news would come around, it would have already ended, and anybody who's been a slacker would have totally missed out on that. So that's why news was early, I assume. If you do care about either of the Forager family that you want in your box, make sure you do that before it hits 11:59 in Japan. There is not much time after this video goes up, so please do not forget about it if you have not made your qualms with the collab. Of course, the events that were tied in will also end on the 2nd. Do note that any progress that you want to make for Anya's test skills will end at 3:59, whereas collecting coins will end at 11:59 Japan time. So that's not that much time left, so please do not forget about that. You do have extra time to collect the rewards, whether it's to pick up the test results or to exchange the coins into Monster Strike goods. And of course, with the end of one event means we're getting a new one. There is no rest in the world of Monster Strike. We have the flower event, number 8 or 9. It's here. We've got Daigo Protea and Bougainvillea. Sorry. I don't know what these flowers are, but we'll see what their stats look like in the world of Monster Strike. First, we'll start with the Daigo. His English name, that English name for that flower, super complicated, so we will just go with the Japanese name here. His abilities: bounce speed type, no gravity barrier, flight, no wind on the main. We've got super no speed down wall and strike shot turn reducer on the gauge. Strike shot is a 12+8, reduces slowdown rate of all touch friendly units, and the bump combo is bound heal along with Chozetsu blast. It is 4 nulls, right? Gravity barrier, flight, which of course will ignore mines, no wind, and super null speed down wall, which is nice. I think, in general, it's a nice toolkit, right? We got 2 new, 2 old abilities there, and strike shot return reducer, which is always nice to help your friendly units with the speed down rate. So will be interesting to see how he comes into play. Next is Protea in the wood type, and her abilities look like the following. She is a Pierce power type, and she has flight, no magic circle, counter slayer L, gauge multiplier retainment. We've got no block on the gauge, unsurprising once you see that gauge multiplier retainment ability, right? Strike shot is an 8+8. She will turn into a bounce type whenever she hits a wall. So essentially every other turn you get the option to use her as a bounce type. With the quirk about she starts out as a Pierce, but once she hits a wall, she's a bounce type. Don't forget about that distinction. That is pretty important. 8+8, we already went over that. Bump combo is a wood glitter ball along with a water super yo-yo. Obviously, eyes go to that counter slayer L. You're going to get the bump combos taking advantage of that. And you see that both of the gacha monsters here have flight instead of Minesweeper. Interesting commonality there, but getting a null magic circle on the main is always good. You get actually protection from that, like the chick laser that will turn you into a chicken randomly, so that's cool to see. And of course, that being a Pierce type, not too bad. Last but not least, we've got Bougainvillea. Who knows if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's the name. Let's take a look at her stats. We've got super null gravity barrier, super null damage wall, no wind, gravity barrier slayer M, and this is always scary. You got flight on the gauge. Having a minesweeper ability on your gauge is not something you really want to play around with, so make sure you're good. You pay attention to that. Don't miss. Missing a flight on your gauges can be bad news. 8+8 strike shot for speed up and does extra damage to the first hit enemy's class. Bump combo is a Dark Chozetsu split Pierce Shockwave 3 along with Attached Bomb 6. She is a Pierce balance type. So yeah, everybody in this event has flight as an ability, so that might come into play with the event that comes out with this event. Maybe you actually want flight over Minesweeper. That happens occasionally. We'll see. Very interesting commonality with all the monsters there. Obviously, I think they balance the fact that you're giving flight on the gauge with 2 super null abilities. The classic gravity barrier and damage wall. You also have wind, one of the newer ones. So, and a slayer on the main. So definitely an interesting set of monsters here to play around with. Now, with this event, you get a special EX reward for doing a 10 pull. You will get one of those 9 items you see on the screen. Do note that the super type scroll on the left will only happen for your first 9 pulls here. You will never get any dupes on the screen, and once you clear all the screen, it resets. However, the super type scroll will change into something else. Do note that the dice there, it's quite rare, right? They aren't giving that out like candy. You always have to do like a 10th pull, right, in these EX rewards to get it. So having it on the first set is definitely nice to see, but again, it's probably not something you want to go too crazy about. Like I've said in the past, who knows if there's something actually prepared for us in June as a collab. We know guaranteed there's going to be a big collab in July after X Flag Park ends, so you probably want to save up your orbs for July, is what I'm saying here. We're gonna get a lot of things, I think, coming up in this month that's gonna tempt you to spend orbs, so be careful. I warn you. Here are the event monsters. They are all themed after fruits. We've got Mangosteen here. Very cute art there. We also get on the left Gisuika, which is a play on watermelon, suika in Japanese. And on the right side, we've got durian themed monster. His name is Dorian B. And we are also getting a Chokyukyoku Insidious Quest. We are going to be taking on Dran Frutsu here, a play on dragon fruit. And this is a special Chokyukyoku Insidious Quest in that it is this Kessen quest style. We've had this once before in the past. If you don't remember how this is, you are basically going to prepare for this quest by playing the other event quests. However much damage, however many times you clear the other quests, those other monsters will show up in that quest, and it will make your life easier to make progress on that. How this quest works is you only need to clear this once. Once you clear this quest, you will be given a max luck Dran Fruits as a reward. So one and done, that's all you need to do to finish this special Insidious quest. Now, like I was saying, the 3 event monsters we talked about earlier, Mangosteen, was it Giga Suika, and Duriandi. You're going to be playing their quests over and over, and as you clear their quests, you will be able to stack up these Taisaku points. And these Taisaku points will be used to increase your Taisaku level for that particular boss. And then when that boss shows up in when it shows up in Dran Fruits quest, you will be able to do extra damage to that boss. Now it's specific to that boss that you're going to do extra damage. So all of the points you earn for Mangosteen only applies to Mangosteen, right? You'll be able to do extra damage to her. All the points you earn for Gisuika will only apply to Gisuika, and then likewise for Doriandi, right? So if you want to make your entire life easier, you get to level 10 for each of those monsters, and then when that monster comes up in that stage, you're going to be able to fly past his quest. The amount of extra damage you do at level 10 was pretty significant. So obviously it makes your life easier. And I believe this is new. I don't think this was here last time, but you have the option to choose the level you want, even if you've accumulated enough points. So if you want the easiest life, make sure you go to level 10. Higher level means more damage given to the boss. if you want to give yourself a challenge, you can reduce that to level 1. You hit the arrows on the left to reduce it and make your life harder. There is no mission, there is no bonus for that. This is just pure clout if you want to do it. To clear it at level 1, you want to see what it's like at that base level. Go ahead and do that if you want, but do note, lower level means harder time. Higher level means easier time. Alright? Also announced in the last news is the special Tsumitate gacha, and essentially it's a daily stack gacha. We've had something like this in the past, so let's make sure you don't miss this out, because this is a free gacha. How this works is every day you play in the world of Monster Strike, you'll be able to stack one gacha pull to your daily stack gacha. You see that the time frame from June 4th through June 29th is when this is available, and you can start pulling on the 21st. Remember, do not pull early. You can try to max this out at 50 pulls as your limit. Everybody can do this. It's simple. Let's make sure you understand how to do that. Now, here's the chart basically from June 4th. All you need to do is play one quest for that day, and you will get credit for one pull for that day. Right? So that red line you see per day is your contribution for that day. Do you know on Monster Strike Day, that contribution is increased to 10 pulls, right? So just by playing one quest on the 10th, one quest on the 20th, you will get 10 pulls each of those days, right? So that's pretty cool. And they have also said that when you end up pulling on this gacha, pulls 31 through 50, so the fourth temple and the fifth temple, right? Those two temples have a chance, not guaranteed, but a chance to get limited monsters. And you do see that Shotoku Taishi's photo is available there, so he is going to be included in the pool. But again, there's no guarantee, just a chance. Alright? Now, hopefully you are smart enough to look at that chart and say, hey, Scott, I can read a chart. That does not go up to 50. How do you get to 50 pulls? Good question. Let's go to the next slide. There's of course going to be 2 missions available, which will count the total number of quests you've played during that time period. If you've played 30 quests, you will get 5 extra pulls. If you played a total of 50 quests, you'll get 10 extra pulls. So that is where the amount of missing pulls come from. So make sure. Now obviously, hopefully you're not just playing one quest each day. You're actually, doing the new quest, doing the Tower of Champions, doing temples, doing anything. As long as you clear that quest, that's all you need to do to get credit. Getting 50 pulls over about, 2.5 weeks? Should not be a problem. So, an easy way to rack up 50 pull. So, let's review. If you play 50 quests for the duration of this period, you'll get 15 pulls out of that, right? And then you're making your contributions 1 per day, with 10 of those coming on Monster Strike Day. The earliest you can do this pull is going to be June 21st, right? And that's when you can start pulling. Now, let's make this clear. If you don't max everything out, you can still pull early. Now, I know people are going to screw up, right? This is just inevitable, right? You don't understand Japanese. You see pretty buttons. You see a gacha. I can pull this. Oh my god, it's free? Ah. And then, we'll inevitably see the person saying, hey, how come I only got 5 pulls out of this? Because I started late. I saw this. And then I'll, cry a little in my corner. Do your part. Help out the newbies. Make sure you just tell them, do not touch that thing on the top left of your home screen, right? Leave it alone. Just play your quests. When it's time, when that red exclamation mark happens, okay, that's when you can pull. But tell them to not touch anything. Tell them to watch this video so that they understand what's going on. I know it's going to happen, but, you're already on the first, best first step by watching this video, so that just wait until you get 50. It's not that hard. Obviously, if you start late, and actually maybe not obviously, if you miss one Monster Strike day, you will not get 50 pulls. Guaranteed. So just make sure you play at least once on Monster Strike Day so you get the necessary pulls to get to the top of this gacha. Whew. Okay, any questions? Let me know in the comments below, but that is how you get to the maxed out value. And again, 50 is the max. Even if you try to go past that date, you can see those red lines after the 21st. They don't give you any extra. You have a max of 50 pulls on this gacha. Alright, let's wrap up this news. We've got Transcension Kai with Salamander here. He is the next Transcension Kai monster. Super Null Gravity Barrier, Super Minesweeper, Fire Eater, if you don't know what that is. When that, occasionally there's those crater attacks where, it leaves like a fire pit on the stage. Well, basically, if you cross over that stage after that gimmick, it will not only remove the fire crater, it will also heal you as a result of that. Now, obviously, how often do we see that gimmick? Not very much. So, kind of hard to say how much use that ability is going to get. But maybe that's why he has 3 super abilities, right? Super Null Gravity Barrier, Super Minesweeper, and segue into this Connect skills. He also has Super Null Warp, Deity Fiend Slayer M, along with a Repeat Hit Slayer. Connect skill requirement, not too difficult, 2 or more different classes than himself, or you have a total luck of 100 or more on your team. Strike Shot is an 8+12. Speed and power up, and after he's done moving, he will approach the closest enemy and does a flame attack to that enemy. Bump combo is a Fire Chozutsu Breath along with a Light Rampage Breath. Obviously, it's interesting that those breath combos is there. As a super balance type, he's going to get extra damage on water and dark type monsters respectively for those bump combos. Of course, he is mainly a fire type, so I'm probably going to use him on Watercrest mainly, but something to keep in mind. And of course, if you have the Connect skill actives, having those 2 Slayers active might be interesting. But, it's Fire Eater. I don't know. We'll see. And then just some news about the Grand Prix, which will be happening at X-Flag Park on July 9th and 10th. These are the 8 teams that will be participating in the Grand Prix as they've won the respective regional qualifiers to make it. Popular, I think, previous appearances from Dondon Tsusumunga and GV. They're back. I don't know if anybody else are, comeback teams. Obviously, Milano Fu Carbonara is a pretty cool name. I love that. So, probably be rooting for them. And just some events that they announced that will be taking place on X-Flag Park. You've got Just Time Attack, where they were saying an old quest, they would try to perfectly time quests at a certain amount of time. I don't know. Monst Doubt, you got a bunch of people doing something. One of them is a liar. Gotta, sniff out that liar. Anyways, whatever it is, I'll be hosting some of those, on that weekend on this channel. We'll watch it together. We'll have a good time. Whatever online event they have, we'll do that together. It'll be fun, for sure. And then Monster Strike news, we'll be back to normal times at June 9th, 4 p.m. Japan time. That's midnight US Pacific time. We'll take a look at that then. And of course, here is the next set of lucky monsters. If hopefully you finished Hino Enma and I think New Year Kid, right, was the new event that followed immediately after the new year. So hopefully you've got a set of good monsters ready for this upcoming week. That's it for me today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, I guess, especially about the daily stack gacha in particular, let me know. That's what the comments are for. ENG Monst have all of the slides here. If you've missed it out on them, you can review them there. That should be already up for you to look at. And of course, the Discord channel is available to talk with other folks who speak English. Otherwise, that's it for me today. I had to do this twice because I forgot to turn off my fan, which is right next to my mic, so you could barely hear me. Hopefully, the second take went well. That's it for me. Until next time, bye-bye.